You know what song that is. Good evening, Facebook and YouTube. JDev has returned with his amazing backdrop to give you exactly what you want. Of course, that would be more of me giving my thoughts, my opinions, and my award-winning expert analysis on a certain topic subject. Tonight, of course, with that theme music that I played at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be giving you my top 7 favorite seasons of Game of Thrones in order. And it's not that there's a bad season of Game of Thrones. There really isn't, but there has to be a season that isn't as good as one or the other. So, going to be ranking them my 7th favorite to my first favorite season of Game of Thrones, with Game of Thrones pending release of season 8 coming in April. They haven't actually announced a date. April 14th, I've heard, but we don't know for sure if that's actually going to happen. But April of 2019 is when we're going to get season 8 of Game of Thrones. It'll be 6 episodes, and the episodes should be pretty long episodes. So we look forward to that, of course. But before we get to that, we have to rank our favorite seasons of Game of Thrones. And I really hope that all of you rank your favorite seasons in the comments section. I would really appreciate it. So once you get done listening to the video, do me a favor, do your due diligence, and participate. Rank all your favorite seasons of Game of Thrones. You don't have to do a video, just do it on paper or type it in there. That would be greatly appreciated. Of course, if you're not caught up with Game of Thrones and you don't want anything spoiled, I highly suggest that you don't watch this video. So you've been warned. So let's get started with the list. My 7th favorite season of Game of Thrones would be season 5. A good season, a little slow in the beginning, but obviously the end of the season, episode 8, Hardhome, was crazy with the White Walkers attacking the Wildlings' place, and of course what we thought was the death of Jon Snow. So that was a really good season, just not the best season, obviously. So season 5 comes in number 7. Number 6 will be Game of Thrones season 3. Season 3 was okay, it was great, but there was really only one or a couple, I guess, one, maybe 2 really good episodes. And of course, that would be the 9th episode of the season, which is probably the most craziest episode of Game of Thrones in terms of like sheer craziness. Would be, of course, the Rains of Castamere. But the season in general, that was really the only big thing I thought that really happened in season 3 of Game of Thrones. So that's why I ranked it only a 3rd on the list, or 3rd on the list, 6th on the list of my favorite seasons of Game of Thrones. My 5th favorite season of Game of Thrones would be the first season of Game of Thrones, season 1. Obviously, the season that started it all off with the craziness that we get Ned Stark beheaded, which I don't think any of us saw coming, but that's what happened, and it certainly started things off. It was a good season, but again, only one can be the number 1 season, so season 1 coming in at number 5. Number 4, we have season 2 of Game of Thrones. It was a really good season. I enjoyed it. Of course, coming off of the shocking death of Ned Stark. Season 2 focused on Tyrion a lot, and of course, the end of the season had the battle at Blackwater, with Tyrion leading the Lannister troops, with Joffrey retreating. It was just a good season. I enjoyed it, but again, gotta rank them. So that comes in at number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3. This is really tough to do the first 3 favorite seasons, but I'm gonna have to go with season 4 of Game of Thrones. I really enjoyed season 4 from the start of the season with the lion, the witch, or what is that called? The lion. I don't remember the name of the episode. The lion and something. The 2nd episode of the season, Joffrey's crazy death, which we saw Joffrey dying at some point, but do we really think it was going to be season 4? And of course, the end of the season where you have the wildlings attacking, the Night's Watch and all that craziness, and it was just great. And the stuff with Daenerys and then of course the Hound and Arya and Brienne and season 4, great season. And of course, the end of the season, obviously, with Tyrion and Tywin and the trial, and I did not kill Joffrey, and you're not on trial for being a dwarf. I loved all of it. So season 4, really good, but only number 3 on the list. Number 2 would be season 7 of Game of Thrones. Season 7, of course, a really good season that sped up the story a lot. You had the big battle, the Lannister troops against Daenerys' dragons. You had the battle with the White Walkers. That was crazy with Thoros' death. And season 7 was great. And the end of the season, of course, with the death of Lord Baelish. How do you plead? Lady Sansa, if we could just speak in private. Great season. Loved it. And, of course, that would leave me with one more season left. My favorite season of Game of Thrones would be season 6. Just a great season. It starts off a little slow, but then you have the Hodor episode where you get, you know, uh, Brandon Stark comes back. He's a lot taller and older. You have Hodor, hold the door. You have the Battle of the Bastards. One corner you have Jon Snow, the other corner you have Ramsay Bolton, and they just go at it. And of course, the crazy episode, The Winds of Winter, where lots of character deaths. Unfortunately, the untimely death of Lady Marjorie Tyrell, the death of Pycelle, the death of Tommen Baratheon, the death of there's a lot of craziness in that episode of Walder Frey with Arya. So there you have it. That's my list. Obviously, I really want you to include your list. So do me a favor, write your favorite seasons of Game of Thrones. But just to recap, in case you weren't paying attention, number 7 would be season 5. Number 6 would be season 3. Number 5 would be season 1. Number 4 would be season 2. Number 3 would be season 4, and that was really close. Number 2 would be season 7, and number 1 would be season 6 of Game of Thrones. So there you have it. Now all you have to do is write your list in the comments section. I'm curious to see where everybody else stands on this, but that's my favorite seasons in order. So do me a favor and like it. Do me a favor and thumb it up, thumb it down if you want. You can share it too if you want, but please, in the comments section, write your list. That's very important for this particular video. And I am in cahoots with the HBO right now, and they gave me some Game of Thrones stuff, and I want to give it away. So we're going to have a drawing at some point soon. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait till April when we have Game of Thrones Season 8, because that's been a long time coming. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again soon. Later.